Namaste, my fellow souls. For those of you who have been to a function which I have officiated, a Vedic yajna, a Vedic wedding, or even a Vedic funeral, you may have noticed that I did not have music. I did not use music to accompany me while I was chanting Vedic mantras. I feel that I owe you an explanation as to why I do not use music when I chant Vedic mantras. Please do not get me wrong. I am not criticizing what others do, and I am not saying that what someone else does is wrong. I am simply explaining why I do what I do. That is all. The Vedas has been around for thousands of years, and Vedic mantras has been chanted for thousands of years. First, let me explain very briefly a little bit about the science behind chanting of Vedic mantras. When we chant Vedic mantras, the energy behind the words themselves, or you could call it vibrations, which is what many have described it as, the vibrations of energy of these mantras resonate within you and around you, fills the mind and help the entire body to become one entity, which experiences a higher level of peace at that moment with you and all that is around you. This is the reason why when you are fully engaged in your chanting, you feel that deep sense of calm, peaceful and relaxed feeling, as if there is no such thing as outside of you. Mantras contain within them their own rhythm and flow. They are supposed to be chanted in a way so that when chanted alone or communally together, that rhythm and flow comes forth. This is why mantras are chanted in a particular meter, a scale, or a pitch. When I lead in yajna or in Vedic function, it is my duty to help everyone else to establish that rhythm and flow in mantras so that all of those who are present and chanting together, we raise the collective vibrations of the mantras. So when I lead in chanting, I want the chanting of mantras to be pure, unadulterated, clean, and not influenced by any other external factor or sound, not even music. Please do not misunderstand me. I love music. There's nothing quite like having good music along with a nice, beautifully sung bhajan. It does bring calm to the mind. It does put the mind at ease. And it does prepare the mind for solemn prayer. I can and do occasionally sing bhajans and songs to music. But the essence of Vedic mantras should not be diluted by anything, not even great music. For mantras are in a class of their own and should not be tainted or watered down, if you will, in any way. You see, when we chant mantras with external music, music which contains its own rhythm and flow, the human mind being what it is, which is easily distracted, the mind will also tend to follow the rhythm and flow of music, not the rhythm and flow of mantras. This is why I insist on sticking to the original way it ought to be done, in the way it used to be done for thousands of years, that mantras were not chanted with music. This music accompanying mantras is a fairly recent phenomenon. Music with mantras has only started maybe 20, 30 years ago. Maybe it was started because some pundits saw that the organ accompanies the singing of hymns in Christian churches, and they wanted to follow that. Maybe someone felt the need to create an impression. But the reason behind the chanting of mantras is not to create an empty external impression. Too many times it seems that we are so focused on making an impression for the video camera, for Facebook, or for the show of it all, that we lose the essence, we lose the value, and we lose the true substance behind the chanting of Vedic prayers, and the effort, though seeming impressive, remains shallow, empty, and meaningless. Let me put things into perspective a little bit. The Vedas has been around and Vedic mantras were chanted for thousands of years. But the harmonium, that musical instrument, has only been around for about 150 to 160 years. It almost seems silly that mantras which has been chanted for thousands of years without music now cannot be chanted without a musical instrument that was invented 150 years ago. So when I chant from the Vedas, to bring forth the essence of mantras, to maintain the purity of mantras, to help bring forth the vibrations of mantras, I focus the mind on following the rhythm and the flow of mantras, not the rhythm and flow of music. I insist on doing it the way it used to be done for thousands of years, the original way it used to be chanted, the way it was intended to be. The essence of the chanting of Vedic mantras should not be lost among the external noise of any musical instrument. I humbly apologize to any musicians who have felt even a tiny bit annoyed in the past, or who even now, when they're present at a function I officiate at, they feel that I have not been using their music in the chanting of Vedic mantras. And I hope you understand, because at no time do I mean to be disrespectful. I love each and every one of you. I respect each and every one of you as my own brother and sister. It has nothing to do with your music. I too love your music. It has everything to do with maintaining the essence, the value, the purity, and the beautiful tradition of chanting mantras of Vedas in their true, original form. God bless you. Namaste.